Okay, in this video, we are going to be discussing Word Module 3. So in your textbooks, again, we're in that blue colored section, and we are looking at page 119. Throughout this module, what's going to be a little bit different than our previous modules is that we are going to create one document from start to finish and turn in. So as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of different skills that we're going to be learning on this one document. So as always, to get started, on page 122, they are asking us to go out to our data files and find the file that we are needing. So they ask us to go into our Word file. This week, we're going to be doing Word Module 3, and we'll be in the Module folder, and we are looking for a file called New. On page 122, step 1 at the bottom does tell us to go ahead and resave the file as a different file name. So again, we will go File, Save As, and we will go ahead and save it as New Classes Report. Okay, so just to kind of get a feel for this document, you're going to notice that you do have your headings already done. We learned those in Module 2, your quick styles. So we have our headings, we've got some text going on in here, and here we go, getting started. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see better. So that takes us over on page 123. On 123, they're wanting us to open up our navigation pane. So we can go into the, in the Home tab, we can go into our Find button to open up our navigation pane, or a shortcut in your book, they tell us that we can press Control and the letter F on your keyboard to also open up that navigation pane. So whichever way you prefer. We're going to go into our Headings tab. Now in our Headings tab, you're going to notice that our headings from our document actually appear in this navigation pane. That's because we took the time to format them with a quick style. That's why they're coming over here. So not only are quick styles a great way of formatting text quickly, but they also will work in this navigation pane. So the first thing they want us to do here is they are wanting us to change one of our headings. So if I go down towards page 2, you're going to notice that we have a heading called Paying for the New Program. We then have a subheading called Probable Expenditures, and then we have a subheading of that called Anticipated Purchases. Now I can tell that because this is a heading 1, this heading is a heading 2, and this one is a heading 3. So that's why they're all sub of each other. They do not want, actually we're going to, they don't want Anticipated Purchases to be a subheading of Probable Expenditures. So instead we're going to right click on that Anticipated Purchases, and we're going to go ahead and tell it to promote it. Notice that now they are at the same level and that they are at the same size font because they are both being formatted as a heading 2 quick style. In addition, they want us to change the order of these. They want us to talk about our purchases before our expenditures. So we're going to go ahead and hold down our left mouse on this heading, and we're going to drag it up above. Now, not only does the heading move, but also any text following that heading moves with it. Okay, we are actually done now working with that navigation pane. So we're going to go ahead and close out of it. Again, I just like to close out of things as I'm done working with them. On over to page 128 is where they are going to have us put in a table. So at the bottom here, where our Probable Expenditures heading is, it tells us that we're going to have some figures presented in the following table. So we are going to go ahead and create a table to identify these expenditures that we are assuming they are going to make. Before we do that though, on page 128, down at the bottom, they do want us to take that heading and the text and move it all to a third page in our document. So we're going to click before the capital P in Probable Expenditure, and we are going to put in a page break. We could go into the page layout, into the Insert tab, into Page Break, or they this time are teaching us a shortcut. So if you go to your keyboards, we can press Control and Enter at the same time, and you will put a page break in. Right. We're then going to put our cursor at the bottom underneath all this text, and this is where we're going to insert in our table. So we're going to go into our Insert tab, and we're going to insert a table. They tell us specifically that we are going to insert a table that is, I believe, 2 by 4. So we're going to have 2 columns by 4 rows. And we're going to go ahead and start typing into this table. The top row of your table is always called our header row. And that header row is kind of what we identify as to what is being held in each column. So this column is going to be holding class titles, and this column is going to be holding our facility costs. So our first class that we're going to be offering is a swimming class. and it is going to be costing $7,500. How am I moving from cell to cell? I'm just pressing the tab key on my keyboard. Cooking and nutrition is our next one. It's going to cost us $3,500. Our next class is adult fitness, and it's going to cost us $750. Now, unfortunately, we need to add a fifth row to this table, a fourth class. And in order for us to do that, we're just going to go ahead and press the tab key one more time, and that will add an additional row for our table. In this one, we are going to add a diabetes prevention class. And that class is going to cost us $400. Okay, that's going to take us over on page 132. On 132, they are wanting us to bold our header row. So we're going to go out to the left-hand side to select our header row, and we can go into our Home tab and we can bold that. They then, on page 133, are wanting us to sort our table. They want us to sort the table in alphabetical order. Actually, no, I apologize, that's not correct. They are wanting us to sort it by facility cost from the least expensive to the most expensive. So in other words, we're going to reverse this order. In order to do this, we're going to put our cursor somewhere inside of this table, and you're going to notice that we get new tabs to work with. We're going to go into the Table Tools Layout tab, and we're going to go into Sort, and we're going to tell it specifically to sort by facility cost, and we are going to do it in ascending order. Press the OK button, and you will see that now we are in ascending order by cost, and that those individual class titles follow that amount. Page 135, they are wanting us to insert in a column into our table, and this column is actually going to happen here in the middle of our table. So